Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, September 27th. I've got 6:24 Chicago time. So we're coming into the daily one to retest this level, and may be a great place for them to sell that. In a bear market, they sell the ones. If they bulls manage to break that and go up higher to explore, then you've got some threes sitting right above it, 43.60, 43.65. Your range for the equity indexes, um, points for the daily, 31.75, 44.50. Currently in Globex, we have moved from 43.17 to 43.36.50, about 18.50, something like that. Um, and you can see on the monitor that that is 1850. Look at that, Globex PT3, very algorithmic. So went right up to the daily one and they pulled it back in. But that's pretty impressive. So other than that, the weekly one is just being rolled over at this point. The risk is moved, and so you might as well just disregard those levels because, well, at this point we're on top of it. But once the risk has been moved out, you know that the moves to the downside, that further lower exploration. And here is the monthly 7 day. So we can see we've got 43, 45, 75 as our resistance, and 43, 75 is our resistance. So two areas of resistance. 43, 45, 75 is, probably going to be getting some added um, troops from that 43.50 strike. So that might be a good pullback zone. And then it would come on down to 42.58, 42.58, 42.64. Don't forget the 42.10 JPM strike. They've got that long put collar. All right. So that's going to be a magnet. We went a little bit through the quarterly for the ES, but we were actually climbing for the NQ quarterly, which touched it perfectly right there, 14,691. So, you know how these algos will work together in unison. And also, the NQ came down perfectly to this 1 hour IB and touched its bottom of a range and bounced. So I can show you in training how to separate your ranges from the session open to the session close. And you will notice how the algos respond. Look at this 3 in the session open, and then it came down to the 3 in the session close. Look at that. So they follow these algorithmic processes very well. And you can tell by the threshold level whether you're breaking a range. Let me see here, hang on. Here we go. So you can see how we got really high compared to the other periods. And this high vol will often end up with the potential for a range expansion like that. So this is the area of the chart that you can focus on when you do get that very high reaching vol. Then you know that you want to reach for those outer ranges and then trade to those higher time frames. So once you break your Globex 3, that's when the trend can, or the breakout occurs. And a lot of the times it will be a measured move off of that. So it's trading either to another higher time frame, or you can get a range extension off of it. So let me go off the session open and show a fib level. Change this to more of a measured move. And let me get rid of these. So you can just change whatever you want the number to be. You can put anything you would like. And you can also change the period if you want to do a 20 period or a 5 period distribution. And then this will give you some equidistant targets to trade to. Otherwise, the 1 hour IB is a great, intraday time period to trade. And you'll find that the same thing when it breaks that last level. That's the key for you to pay attention. Are you, moving straight up with your volatility? Because once it crests and starts rolling over, that's it. It's pretty much over at that point. You can see we crested here and it just fizzled out. Well, it kept going down, but very slowly. Here it picked up again. But this bit of strength was what kick-started this whole move, and those were those puts breaking. Broke those puts. Okay, so that's it. Just be aware, that you can change your session open and close. Pay attention to where you are on the distribution. Put up different distributions on your chart. You can put the 60-minute on inside of the 1 hour IB and get some fantastic support resistance levels to make trade decisions off of, and levels, target levels to reach, and see how the algos, come in at these same levels. The VIX is going higher, 90, excuse me, 19. 19 is the support now. So we've already broken it. Come back in and make sure you keep that 19 in mind. If it breaks under it, would be more of a sign that the ball crushers are back. 7-day weekly, that has broken. The threes broke on the NQ, or excuse me, this is the ES, and we're moving down. So the mean between these ones is 43.65. So I will keep that in mind if this retracement keeps continuing higher. But the object of the game is that 42.10 strike, right, for Friday. And that's the SPX, by the way. So let's not forget that the ES is much different than the SPX. I'm going to change this to the SPX real quick. And we'll take a look at that 42.10. And it's just right there. It's right there. Change my data series real quick. is. So when you use the index, SPX or VIX, you want to use its default 24/7 data. Okay, just make sure I have the right data on here. And here was 4,300. We broke it. That was the big put wall. And there's your prize for Friday. Oops. Ooh, 66 points. 65 points. So there's the prize. And for Friday, all right. Thank you so much. We'll see you 2 p.m. Chicago in the training room.